Thousands of religions across the world are being brutally persecuted. Iran used to be a country that persecuted their religions. However, in 1906, they stopped the persecution of most of the religions, such as Zoroastrianism, Christianity, and the Islamic faith. However, there is one religion that continues to be persecuted. This religion is the Baha'i faith. The Baha'is believe in racial unity, gender equality, and universal education, and the unity of all religions. However, they have been slaughtered, economically persecuted, and denied many higher education just based on their religion. The Iranian government justified these claims, claiming that the Baha'is are spies for the Zionists. They are dangerous for the people of Iran. However, these claims hold no substance and are not backed by any evidence. The United Nations conducted a report disproving these claims and claiming that the Iranian government is unjustly persecuting the Baha'is. Another thing to note is one of the Baha'is' main principles is to be obedient to the government you are in. In order to solve this, I have gone through action and historical research to first identify the problem, then identify past solutions. I've come to these past solutions through archives such as the Baha'i archives of Iranian persecution and third-party organization statements saying the past solutions for the persecution of the Baha'is in Iran. And then I have analyzed these solutions through qualitative and quantitative means. I've come up with statements condemning the persecution of Baha'is by third-party organizations such as Amnesty United and the United States, condemning the persecution to be the most effective. As you see in the graph above, in 1984, there was around 31 Baha'i deaths, Baha'i killings, by the Iranian government and the people of Iran. However, once the statement was released in 1985 by the United Nations, the Baha'i deaths dropped to around 6. If you see in the graph next to the Baha'i deaths, you can see the amount of statements released by these third-party organizations condemning the persecution of Baha'is. As you can see, there's an inverse relationship between the amount of deaths and the amount of statements released. This shows that these statements by these third-party organizations can be effective. I've also analyzed through qualitative means. In 2002, when there was no statements released condemning the persecution of Baha'is, there was an increase in economic persecution, deaths, and access to higher education. A decrease in access to higher education. This data shows that the statements released by third-party organizations condemning the persecution of Baha'is to be very effective. I have attempted to implement these solutions by contacting these organizations. One of the reasons why I think these organization statements are effective is because of the economic ties between the countries of the third-party organizations and Iran. And also, these in 1906, the Iranian government signed a document saying that they could not discriminate or persecute any people or minority just based on their religion. And these are being enforced and have consequences if they are broken. And this requires Iran to kind of cut back on the persecution of the Baha'is. And I've attempted to contact these third-party organizations, such as the U.S. Bureau of Human Rights and Amnesty United, in order for them to release more statements condemning the persecution of the Baha'is in Iran. To no avail, these organizations have not come back to me. There must be more and more people contacting these organizations in order for them to release a statement. We must come together to stop the persecution of Baha'is in Iran and all religions that are being persecuted, and convince these third-party organizations to release statements in order to help the persecuted Baha'is in Iran.